Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Joanna and I am an interpreter, and today I would like to share my challenges. I have this problem right now, and I have been having this problem for 4 years working as a freelance interpreter. I would like to share my experience and ask you to write a comment and suggestion. And whoever of you is an interpreter or is a manager in an interpreting company or work in the field, please write me a suggestions. Please give me your opinion, and please let me know in the comments below what do you think about that story. That story about scheduled interpreting, telephone interpretation. You guys ever get scheduled for interpretation services over the phone interpretation? I will call this video over the phone interpretation challenges. And this is a very practical request to you guys. I don't know how to solve this problem myself. It's clearly there is some kind of a communication barrier that I'm not capable of overcoming. And I want to ask you, interpreters, that you provide services as a freelancers for companies. When you get scheduled, do you have this problem? And if you do ever had this problem, how do you solve it? Okay, so I provide services for a company. I believe I'm not that angry to mention the name of the company, but I will eventually disclose it, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep providing services for them after this situation that has been going on now for 4 years. Okay, so how the telephone interpreting scheduling work. When a hospital need an interpreter for a certain language, and they want to make sure that there is an interpreter available there on the line, they don't want to call and risk to have to wait a long time or don't find an interpreter, they call in advance to the company and they schedule a telephonic interpretation services booking. They book an interpreter through the company you provide services for. So they call one of my clients and they request one language that I speak, Bulgarian. It was last minute booking. It was less than 24 hours, but I decide to accept. So they call you and they ask you, are you available tomorrow between 9 and 11 to stay available for 2 hours for Bulgarian? I said, okay. Step number 2 of the scheduling, they're sending you an email confirming that your schedule for the next day for over the phone interpretation. In this email, they give you the date and the time of the state or the country in a different time zones. Very beautiful, wonderful. And they also write you an instruction. Please make sure to be offline, which means make sure that you're not available for nobody else in the field, and wait for our customer at least 5 minutes before the appointment. Very serious. Make sure the environment is quiet. They send you quite few requirements there, and in the end they tell you, if the customer hasn't been contacted you within 15 minutes after the scheduled time, you can go back online. Okay, that's the instruction, guys. So what happened, I said, okay, I'm accepting this service. I'm gonna switch off my platform and be available for the customer waiting for the call. Well, this is all beautiful, but for me, for 4 years that I provide services for this specific company, which is international company. And some of you guys that watching this video right now, you're in my LinkedIn. Some of you do work for this company and do provide services for this company. I am sure about that. So the next day I am offline and nobody calls me. There is no show, nothing. After 25 minutes or 20 minutes, I connect online. What happened in these 20 minutes? I was available for a company and for a services. I refuse any other income. I refuse any other calls, waiting for a call that never happened. For this company, this problem has been happening to me for 4 years, and it happened to me again yesterday, and I was so upset because I had to wake up really early and wait for that call that never happened. I was so upset that I didn't work the whole day. I tried to contact the company and ask them, why is this happening? Why for 4 years I've been having numerous appointments that never happen, but I stay many times offline, and I refuse not only to work for this company, but I refuse assignment for other clients to be available for this customer, and they never show up. And guess what? They are not paying me for this 20 minutes waiting. It's free of charge. So yesterday, after this thing happened, I will tell you, after 3 years, this thing has been happening. 6 months ago, I tried to contact the manager. I tried to speak with someone. And in the call center, they sorry, we are so sorry. We don't know why this is happening. We are so sorry. And they keep booking me. But sadly, the calls never come, because while I was offline waiting as a good person for the call to come, the next interpreter that was available on the system picked up and took the call instead of me, because they were online and I was offline waiting. So I was not paid. I have never been paid for waiting, and I've been waiting for calls 20 minutes or more for 4 years. Not only, but these calls are reserved in a very high demand time. I am refusing work. I am sitting and waiting a customer that is not showing, and I am not paid for my time. So I know some of you that do provide services for this company will relate. I feel highly offended because I'm a person that I provide 5 languages for this company, and their way of treating me, it was very offensive. I did cry yesterday. I was so upset. I tried to call the managers. The calls went directly to voicemail. I write an emails, one of the hundreds emails I write regarding this issue, and when only I refuse to take calls from them, they send me an email. The email said, "Hello, ma'am. Thank you for being available for our company. We do appreciate that. I would like to let you know to accept the calls is not mandatory, but as you did not provide any interpretation, there is no payment for you." So there was no manager name, there was nobody in below, there was general email response. Then I received a call from a manager, somebody called a specific name that requests me to call her back. I call immediately back, and they told me that this person is not in service today. So I don't know how you guys that work as an interpreter deal with this problem. I try to communicate to this customer that I don't want to be booked for any calls. I don't want them to call me and ask me availability. I've been saying that for quite some times. The reason why I wanted to speak with the manager yesterday is because I was hoping that this supervisor can go ahead and write a note on my ID that I am not available to receive any scheduled calls. I don't want to be scheduled because for 4 years I'm wasting my time and I'm wasting money as well. Well, I was not lucky enough. There was no manager that took my call. There was no manager that responded to me. I was very rudely insulted with the behavior of the workers of this company, my colleagues, which refused to answer. Well, I hope that this video would be seen by someone in the management department. I'm gonna try to tag someone, indication to the management team of this company, and I hope some of these guys that are CEOs of the company can see that video and can listen what I have to say and can probably problem solve. So my point of view is this: if your company doesn't get paid for scheduling an appointment, why you invest so much time in spending money in office? Because you have a specialist that is gonna pick up the scheduled phone call, they're gonna contact the interpreter, they will write an email. This is a lot of expenses. So for me, it's difficult to believe that you are not paid when there is a scheduled call. Not only, but I am very sure that you guys get paid minimum amount of time when you have a scheduled call, even if you do not call, because this is how it's worked. So this company that I'm providing services for make 400 millions a year, and I calculate in the base of my hours and their rate, this company is making over $10,000 a month from my work. I don't even make $2,000, and I'm honest and I'm okay with that. So this company making 400 millions a year, book an interpreter and make them refuse other jobs and do not pay for that. So I want you guys to tell me how you think that would be fairly resolved. Tell me about your experience. Tell me, when you work for other people, when you interpret, are you paid to be somewhere? Are you paid to wait for someone? Or they're expecting you to do it for free and they're upset when you do not like that? Just tell me how you think it's fairly to solve that. Saying all that, I hope that the CEOs of this company see that video and write a comment, and eventually I hope that someone can contact me and give me an answer. But this is this was my daily, my weekly challenges. This was my challenge for this week, working as an interpreter. Please like, subscribe, write a comment. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.